guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader. Today I'm going to be doing my April TBR. Now March was a bit of a weird month for me reading wise. I felt like I haven't read as much as I could have done, and I'll talk about this a bit more when I do my March wrap up, because I have read quite a few things, but I don't know, I was just really tired in March and work was just mental. So yeah, I've got a few books hanging over from March that I'm in the middle of that I'm desperately trying to finish really quickly so I can get onto my April TBR. So we'll see how that goes. I am off for the next 2 weeks though, so I'm hoping to get loads of reading done in the time that I'm off. Embrace having some time off work, because I really need it. So anyway, after that big ramble, I'm going to talk to you about the books that I've got on my April TBR. The first book that I'm going to be reading in April is Eleanor and Park, and this is by Rainbow Rowell. I'm going to be doing a body read of this with Kerry Ann from Woman vs Books. I'll put a link to her channel down below. I hauled this last month and she said, I've got a copy of that, do you fancy doing a buddy read of it? And I jumped on that. So yeah, we're going to be reading this together. This is, I believe, is it one of her YA novels or one of her adult novels? I don't know. I just know that it's about a romance between Eleanor and Park, so I think that's going to be quite easy to read. I've never read anything by Rainbow Rowell before, so I'll be interested to see what her writing's like. Next up, I'm going to be reading Matilda, and this is by Roald Dahl. I've had a real hankering to reread this book and watch the film again, and that's because my sister put this video up on YouTube of her new puppy. It was like a vlog of her going and getting her new puppy and everything. I'll leave a link to that if you want to watch it, because I have mentioned my sister's channel before, but she had a song over the top of the video from Matilda the film, and it just reminded me of that, and it brought back so many lovely memories, and I was just like, oh, I really need to reread that and then watch the film. So I wanted to do it at the time. This was last week that I was sort of having these thoughts, but I was in the middle of so many other things and I just didn't want to add another book onto that list. So I thought I would put it on my April TBR and read it in April and hopefully really enjoy it, and just it will bring back all the nostalgic feelings for me. So really looking forward to giving that one another go. I've got a couple of library books that I would like to definitely read in April. The first one of those is Rebel of the Sands, and this is by Alwyn Hamilton. This is the one I picked when I did my page 112 tag. I'll link that video for you if you haven't already seen it. But this is the one that kind of intrigued me the most out of all of the YA books that I read on that particular day. So I'm going to be giving this one a go. It's a YA fantasy novel with a desert setting, and that's all I know about it, but it sounds like it's going to be really good. And then the other library book that I want to read is Warcross, and this is by Marie Lu. And I was having a little look on my phone earlier at the list of books that I had about from the library, and it will tell you whether somebody has put a hold on a book, and somebody's put a hold on this one, and it's due back I think next Saturday. I think you get 3 weeks to read them basically. So I'm going to try and read this by next Saturday. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world if I don't, because I can always put another hold on it and then get it back again, or you know, I get it from the library at some other time, but we'll see whether we can read that one. And then lastly, before I do my jar picking, I'm going to be reading The Secret Mother, and this is by Shalini Boland, and this is the pick for Lisa and Sarah's Deadly Divas book club on Goodreads. I'll put a link to that down below. If you're not already a member of that, it's a really good book club. They read mostly sort of psychological thrillers, one every month, and then you can sort of talk about it with different people in the book club. So this is another psychological thriller. I downloaded it on my Kindle earlier, and I believe it's about a little boy who turns up in this woman's house, and I think he starts calling her mum, but she's like, I don't know who you are, why are you in my house? I think that's the kind of premise behind it. So yeah, really looking forward to giving this one a go as well. Okay, so I'm going to be careful with the rest of my TBR because on April the 23rd is when the shortlist is announced for the Women's Prize for Fiction. So I'm hoping to buy any that I don't already own and then get started on reading the shortlist for those. So I'm not going to be picking many other books for my TBR. I'm going to have to be quite careful which one I pick out of here. So if I pick something really chunky, I'm going to be putting it back. Warning you guys now. So I'm going to give these a little go around, and then we'll go with this one. Okay, so this is A Gentleman in Moscow, and this is by Amor Tolls, and Robin from Driftless Reader recommended this. I have this down here. Yeah, here it is. So I think it's about 400 pages. So that's not like really chunky. I wasn't thinking of this one when I said that I might put it back. I was thinking of like the Crimson Petal in the White, which I might, I'm hoping will come out in, yeah, like in the summer months when I have a little bit more time on my hands. Don't really know anything about this apart from the fact that it's about somebody who is, yeah, they're escorted out of the Kremlin and they're basically a prisoner in this hotel across the road from the Kremlin. So I don't know whether they're a spy or something like that, but we'll find out. Okay, and then I've got my themes all in here. So again, pick one from here. I think I'm going to pick 3 or maybe 4 books, no more than that, for my theme for the month. So give these a little shimmy, and then we're going to go with this one. Okay, and this is Month of Letters. So it means I have to pick 5. So we'll go with that. So I'm going to go and pick my 5 and I will come back. So I'm back and I picked out my 5 books. It took me ages to find one that I wanted to read beginning with R. I don't actually have that many, and then I'm sort of umming and ahhing over it. So anyway, and I also tried to go for some shorter books because, like I said at the beginning, I'm reading load at the moment that I need to finish, and yeah, I have quite a few on my TBR anyway. So for A, I picked A Man Called Eva, and this is by Frederick Bachman. When I picked this out, I'm sure I had a conversation with somebody, like over Twitter or in the comments of their video, about them reading this for some sort of a book club. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it's ringing some sort of fake bell, and I can't remember the exact conversation I had. But anyway, yeah, I bought this quite recently, and this is about an old man called Eva who likes things to be done a certain way, and then he has some new neighbours move in next door. So I've heard some really good things about Frederick Bachman's writing. So yeah, really excited about picking this up. Then for P, we have Paper Towns, and this is by John Green. This is, I think, his 2nd novel. Let's just have a little look. Does it say what come before this one? No. But I have it on my shelf after looking for Alaska, and I try to put things in publication order. So I think this is his 2nd novel. And this, I think, is the one that was turned into a film. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't it have, my god, I can see her face but I can't even remember her name. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, I believe this is about a girl and a boy, and that's basically all I know about it. So we'll see whether I like this one. I've only ever read The Fault in Our Stars from John Green. So yeah, I have a load of other of his books on my shelf now. So I'll see if I like this one. Then this is R, the one that's causing me so much trouble. In the end, I went with Rabbit Proof Fence, and this is by Doris Pilkington. I've had this on my shelf for years. I originally bought it because it was a GCSE literature choice a few years ago now. This is set, I believe, in Australia, and I think it follows some Aborigine characters, and it's something to do with sort of slavery and escape and looking for freedom and that sort of thing. I think I've read the first little bit of this before but never finished it. It's very, very short, so I'm hoping to read that in April. Then for we have Isla and the Happily Ever After. This is the third book in the Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins, and I've been wanting to pick this up for ages but just haven't had the opportunity to put it on a suitable TBR. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. This is Lisa from Books and Smiles' most favourite one in the series, I think. Yeah, I think that's the case. Anyway, yeah, really looking forward to finishing this series off. And then for I picked out Lullaby, and this is by Layla Slimani, and this is a psychological thriller focusing around a family with a baby and the nanny that they hire, and that's all I know about it. It says on the front the baby's dead. It took only a few seconds. So there we go. This came out in January, and this is a proof edition of it. Again, it's quite short, and I picked it for that reason. So there you go, guys. That is my April TBR plus the book that I've got on my Kindle. So yeah, it's quite ambitious. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm hoping that April will be a much better reading month for me. Yeah, because I've got these 2 weeks off. I'm going to put these down now. So I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. What are some of the things that you're planning on reading in April, and have you read any of the books that I've picked out? What did you think of them? Yeah, love chatting to you guys as always. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.